In this video, you will learn about the concept of acceleration. First, I want to review that velocity is speed and direction. So it's how fast and what direction you're moving. Acceleration occurs when object's velocity changes or direction changes. There are three ways to accelerate: when an object is speeding up, object is slowing down, or an object is changing direction. On your car, an example of speeding up would be if you were to press on the gas pedal. For slowing down, an example in your car would be if you hit the brakes. And changing direction in your car, an example of that would be the steering wheel. Now let's take a look at the definition of acceleration. So acceleration is the rate at which velocity changes. It's how quickly the velocity is changing. The equation for acceleration is the change in velocity divided by the change in time. We can expand this out by writing it this way. So delta just means the change in. We can write VF minus VI divided by the change in time, T final minus T initial. Oftentimes the T initial is 0, so you don't need to worry about that, but sometimes it's not. We'll look at an example where the T initial is not 0. So on the bottom left here, you can see that we have an example where an object is accelerating. We know it's accelerating because the velocity is changing. It starts off at rest at 0 seconds. Then at 1 second, the velocity is 3 meters per second. At 2 seconds, the velocity is 6 meters per second. At 3 seconds, the velocity is 9 meters per second. You'll notice that the velocity is changing the same amount every second. We call this uniform acceleration when the velocity is changing the same amount every second. Now, let's try to figure out the acceleration from 1 to 2 seconds. So the initial time is 1 second. The initial velocity at that time is 3 meters per second. The final time is 2 seconds. And the final velocity at that time is 6 meters per second. So we're going to plug it into our equation. V final minus V initial divided by T final minus T initial. And we get 6 minus 3 meters per second and 2 minus 1 second. So 6 minus 3, we get 3 meters per second. 2 minus 1 is 1 second. So we end up with 3 meters per second squared, or you can write it as 3 meters per second per second. We'll think about what those units mean in just a moment. Now let's take a look at an example of a velocity graph that represents acceleration. And not only acceleration, but this is uniform acceleration, because the slope on a velocity graph represents the acceleration. In this case, our acceleration, which is slope of the graph, is 3 meters per second squared. What that is saying is that the object's velocity is changing 3 meters per second every second. So you might wonder, why is there a second squared? It's because there's a second right there, and then there's also a second right there. There's seconds in both of those places. Let's take a look more closely at the units here for a moment and see how we get meters per second squared. So the slope on the velocity graph represents the acceleration, and the slope on a graph is the unit on the y-axis divided by the unit on the x-axis. And if you look at the unit on the y-axis, we have meters per second, and the unit on the x-axis, we have seconds. And if we've got a fraction on the top, and on the bottom, seconds is the same as seconds over 1. So we'll take meters over second, and we have a fraction divided by a fraction. You take the top fraction, multiply the reciprocal of the bottom. Reciprocal of seconds would be 1 over second. So we get meters per second squared, okay, or meters per second per second. What this is saying is that the velocity is changing a certain amount every second. If the acceleration was 3 meters per second squared, it's just saying that every second the velocity is changing by 3 meters per second. It could be a positive 3 meters per second squared or a negative 3 meters per second squared. So the acceleration could be positive or negative, depending on the direction of the acceleration, which we'll look at next. When an object is speeding up, the acceleration is in the same direction that the object moves. When an object is slowing down, the acceleration is in the opposite direction that the object moves. So now let's take a look at an example of speeding up. So I'm going to use a dot diagram, and I'm going to space out the dots farther and farther apart, which indicates that they are speeding up. And I'm going to indicate the direction of the velocity. I'm going to say it's going to the right. Because it is speeding up, the acceleration will be in the same direction. Let's say that it was moving to the left and it's speeding up. So it's moving to the left, speeding up. So the dots are getting farther and farther apart. Okay, so the velocity is towards the left, and the acceleration will also be towards the left because it is speeding up. So anytime it's speeding up, the acceleration will be in the same direction as the velocity, which is the direction that it's moving. Now let's take a look at examples for slowing down. So when it's slowing down, the dots are going to be getting closer and closer together. Let's take a look at the object moving towards the right. So it's moving to the right and slowing down. So the acceleration, we know, is going to be in the opposite direction. So it's going to be, in this case, the velocity is towards the right, the acceleration is towards the left. Okay, let's take a look at what happens if we're slowing down, moving towards the left. So slowing down, the dots are getting closer, and the object is moving towards the left. So the object is moving towards the left, and it's slowing down, so we know that the acceleration has to be towards the right. The acceleration could be positive or negative, depending on your positive direction. So let's say if I made right positive, then anytime the acceleration is to the left, it would be a negative acceleration. The negative acceleration isn't telling you that it's little acceleration, it's just telling you that the direction of the acceleration.